Alrighty guys, here's week 5 of my NFL predictions. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get going. So the first game I'm going to go over is the Rams versus the Seahawks. The Seahawks are a 1.5 point favorite at home. Over-under is about 49.5. I think this game will go over 49.5, even though both defenses are pretty good. It's really hard to say who's going to win this game because I really think the Seahawks are more of a pretender team right now than a contender team right now. And I think the Rams are more of a contender team right now as they are 2-0 away from home. I think the Rams are going to bounce back from last week, and I think the Seahawks are just going to fall down again, and they will be 3-2, even though they are with the 12th man in Seattle. Reason being, I just think the Rams are a more well-rounded team. The one big weakness that the Seahawks have, the Rams can really exploit on the defensive line, which is the Seahawks' offensive line. So I really think the Rams are going to win this game. They're going to get a lot of pressure on Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's going to get hit, and I think Todd Gurley is really going to do well this game. I do not trust Jared Goff, but I do trust the rest of their team, especially since they have so many weapons on the wide receiving core. They have weapons on the defensive side, and they have Todd Gurley as well. So I'm taking the Rams to win this game plus 1.5. Next game I'm going to go over is the Saints versus the Buccaneers. Saints are 3.5 point favorites at home. I think it should be 6. I know Teddy Bridgewater is playing, and I know the Buccaneers offense has woken up, and it's one of the best wide receiving cores in the league. Yeah, pretty much. But I think this will be a high-scoring game. I think it will be over the 47. But I think the New Orleans Saints will win by more than 3.5. They're just not going to lose at home, even if Teddy Bridgewater is playing. And the Bucs aren't a good enough team to really prove me wrong. We got the Vikings versus the Giants. The Vikings are 5.5 point favorites going into New York. Giants have played great. Daniel Jones, I could be wrong about him. He could be great. He could be the next coming. But, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not going to really put judgment on him until the second year. I mean, I think he's great. I think he's really good, but I'm not going to say he's the next coming. It's really that simple. Under 43.5. I think the Vikings defense will be able to hold the Giants, and I know the Vikings offenses look like crap. I know Kirk Cousins has looked like crap, but they have a ton of weapons, and they play good defenses the last few weeks. The Giants are not a good defense. It's pretty much that simple. And the Giants have a decent offense, and Saquon Barkley might come back for Week 6, but he's not back now. I know Gallman had a great game, but the Vikings have a good defense. I really expect them to play better, and they are 0-2 away this season so far. But I think the Vikings are going to really change that, and I think Dalvin Cook is going to have a comeback game after he had a little bit of a slow game against the Bears, even though he did have a TD. But the Bears are also one of the best defenses in the game, if not the best defense. Next game I'm going to go over is my Jets versus the Eagles. I had a lovely stat from my co-worker Derek that the Jets are 0-10 against the Eagles in both of their histories. It is in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a 13.5 point favorite. I expect the Jets to lose, and I expect them to lose by more than 13.5. The most important player on our team, in my opinion, is C.J. Mosley, and with a close second being Le'Veon Bell. C.J. Mosley is the quarterback of that defense. The defense is not as good without him. I think Jamal Adams is awesome. I think Marcus May is awesome, but their corners are really the big issue. Tremaine Johnson is not living up to his contract. And with Sam Darnold there, I do expect us to play better on the offensive side. Our offensive line is a huge issue. Our kicker seems to be okay. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, I don't care what his stats says. If you just watch closely those games, he's unbelievable. He's an unbelievable player. We have decent depth at the wide receiving core. We just need to give our quarterback time. And if we give our quarterback time, I think we are a decent team. I really do. I think we are a team that could go 9-7. But since we started out 0-3, it's unlikely. So I'm going to take the Eagles to win this game. They looked a lot better against the Packers last week, and the Eagles are just a better team with a better quarterback, a better offensive line. Not a better running back, but a better defense all around as well, especially without C.J. Mosley. So I'm taking the Eagles minus 13.5. And the last game I'm going to go over is the Packers versus the Cowboys. You got the Packers going into Dallas as a 3.5 point underdog, over under 47. I think both teams are looking for a win after their loss, looking for a bounce back. I think that the Packers are just a better team than the Cowboys. I think their defense got exploited last week, but I also think the Cowboys got exploited last week on the offensive side. Made Dak Prescott try to make plays, and he didn't make them. I'm a huge critic of Dak Prescott. Don't think he's a bad player, just think he's decent. I don't think he's as good as everyone thinks he is. And I think Aaron Rodgers is as good as everyone thinks they are, even with his slow start, with this new offense. So I really believe that the Packers defense will be able to control Zeke, because they'll put 8 in the box, make Dak throw against them, and make Dak really beat them. And then, yeah, I really believe that the Packers are going to win this game, and I'm taking them plus 3.5. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if what you thought. And please let me know what your thoughts are on my other picks, which will be in the description below. Please comment and subscribe below. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your week.